Hey, what's up guys? Soaps here. Welcome back to another video. Today we have our 600 subscriber special. Ooh, that sounds good to say. Today I'm going to be releasing a new game. And it is 7 Seas TCG. You'll see it in the title. You can probably read it if you can read English. Hopefully you can. And today I'm going to be showing you that game and explaining some of the rules. I'll have a dedicated rule video and a dedicated video for just showing these cards again. Actually, maybe I won't, but show more cards including these. I'll have a series set up for that. So, Mannequin Man wearing his great apparel like he normally does. There you go. So, what is the 7 Seas TCG, you may ask? So, it is a game that involves pirate ships. I guess you could call them pirate ships. They don't have to be pirate ships. They can be other type of ships, but they are wooden naval ships, and there's a lot of battling that goes on between them. So we have ships like the Leaky Spoon, the Leaky Bucket. They're meant to go together. And the Sea Dragon. There's a dragon on the front of it. So, to play this game, you need a deck of 3 ships. So you need 1 schooner. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I did some research before starting this game, so I knew what the heck I was talking about when it comes to Navy ships. But I mean, come on, I'm making a card game for the internet, so I don't think it really matters. A frigate and then a galleon. So you need one of those, and I have one of each type for you today. So the Leaky Bucket, the Leaky Spoon, and the Steel Dragon. Leaky Spoon is a schooner, Leaky Bucket is a frigate, and the Steel Dragon is a galleon. So as you can see, I just miraculously switched between 2 types of cards, and they have almost the same picture. That's because I'm really good at drawing, and it took forever to smash my deck. It took forever to copy them onto there, but I did it, and it came out pretty nice. So I think the art from this game is the best that I've ever done. I'm very proud of this, how well these have come out, especially this one. I like this one too. So enough about me gloating over how good my art skills, because we all know that they're pretty good, guys. So you have your 3 ships now, and there is a board, which I'm going to show in a bit. I don't want to do that because I'm going to mess everything up, but we'll get to the board. And it's just a very simple board that if I do make copies of this, if I do sell, I don't know what I'm going to do at this point. But reproducing will be easy. Reproducing the board will be easy, because it's not very complicated. So you have your ship cards, which are actual pieces for the board. So these will be on the board, and they all have speed. So that's how many knots they can move on the grid that is the board. So this is their health and their attack, and they have a capacity. So there's other type of cards in the game. The first of which is crew cards. So crew cards are the crew members that are going to be on each of your ships. So we have characters like Fishy Jim, Bobby, Pete the Parakeet, Old Timer, and Totally Not a Pirate. See, now whenever I make these cards, because I'm making like mostly humans and I actually have to go on somewhat of a theme, I like making weird names like Pete the Parakeet and Fishy Jim. So get used to that real quick, please. So they have cost and attacks and HP, and they either have ranged or melee attacks, ranged Actually, they're not much different. I'll explain that more in the rule video, but there's two variations that come in when you're battling. So this is their cost, their doubloon cost to place them. Yes, we're going to go all the way and call the currency doubloons because we're just that cool. And you gain 2 doubloons per turn, and they can be used to either place a crew member to a ship, and you're not going to freaking smack that down on the board because that would look horrendous. See, the boards, let's say this is your board right here. You're going to have, mannequin man can represent the end of the board. You're going to have your ships lined up on the side of the board, and you say, okay, I'm going to place Fishy Jim to this spot, and I'm just going to move this over so that you can actually see what the heck I'm doing. But, so, okay, I'm going to place Fishy Jim to the Leaky Spoon, and then I'm going to place Old Timer to my Leaky Bucket, and then I'm going to place Bobby to the Leaky Spoon. So you'll have a row that represents who is in the ship. So, as you can see with the crew members, actually, as you can tell, I tried to do a theme. So, actually, Bobby is part of that theme as well. For the Leaky Bucket, this is, it just sounds so stupid. Gosh. Yeah, so for the Leaky Bucket, as you can tell, these all have pink sky, and they're all from the same ship. So let me know if you notice. This guy's in a boat, but he still has the pink sky, so it still matches up. Like a little tiny boat that came off of the Leaky Bucket. So see if you notice more trends like that. Like Pete the Parakeet is on the Leaky Spoon right now. Well, actually, he's not, because that mast isn't really in that. Okay, he's in the Leaky Spoon, guys. Let's be real. Now, there's another type of card, which are action cards. And, yeah, we'll get into how you draw these in a second. But action cards can also be played for doubloons, and they do stuff. So, for example, one of your ships does plus 20 damage this turn. That's chain shot. And then north winds. One of your ships can move plus 2 knots. I should have wrote this turn, but we'll just say that action cards are only used for that turn or something. I'll figure it out. As you can tell, I'm kind of in the stage of developing as we speak. So the way that you draw, or let's go to how the game starts. So you'll have your 3 ships on the game board, and you're going to have a crew deck of a number of crew cards that I'll talk about in the rules video, because I totally don't know yet. But I don't know which amount it's going to be, what the amount of crew cards or action cards is going to be in a deck. But you're going to have a crew deck, and you're going to have a action deck. And every other turn, well, at the start, getting a little ahead of myself here. So at the start of the game, you're going to draw 3. That is not a crew card. You're going to draw 3 crew cards. And then, okay, where'd Parakeet Pete, where'd you go, man? We just lost Parakeet Pete. Parakeet Pete is down. I copy. Parakeet Pete is down. Never mind. I just picked him up. He's here. Okay. So he's back in the deck. So you drew your 3 crew cards, and now those are going to go in each of your ships to start the game. So it's a little bit randomized, because you could get a 4 cost, which is the max, or you could get a 1 cost, which is, well, wait. Just a prank, bro. You didn't see anything. 2 costs would be the lowest, so that would be kind of like, oh, I got like a mech guy. But that shouldn't sway the game that much, because you should still have them in your deck, and that just means you're going to be able to place them at a later time, instead of right off the bat. So now that you have your 3 crew members in each of your ships, at your first turn, you're going to draw crew cards. So you gain 2 doubloons per turn. So you're going to be able to place Bobby onto one of your ships if you want to, or you can save up. And then next turn, you're going to draw a card from your action pile. And now you can play that if you want. And then the next turn, you're going to draw a card from your crew pile. Play that card if you want. The next turn, you're going to draw a card from your action pile. Play that card if you want. And then so on and so on and so on. So alternate so that you're going to get a equal amount of action and crew cards. which allows you to slowly build up your fleet, but also use some cool actions that could help you get an upper hand. And I made sure that the action cards have less than 2 costs, because you're supposed to be able to always play them the turn that you pick them up. Yes, you don't have to. You might want to save them for later. But if you want to, you could chain shot right off the bat. You could north winds right off the bat. And even with chain shot, you'll have 1 doubloon left over to spend on your crew members, or even on another action card next turn. So I think I covered most of the stuff. So I'll just go over this again. So that's attack, that's going to be health, it's frigate, it can hold 3, so you can't place more than 4 people in it. And then it's going to be able to move 2 spaces. So I'm going to try and show this. So this is 1 square of squares. This is 1 fold of the game board, and this is going to be 1 knot. So the leaky bucket will be able to move 2 knots. So if I just get the leaky bucket, he'll be able to move 1, 2. So now I'm going to go to the floor. Da-na-na-na. All right, so I guess you could say this is a 600 subscriber floor review. I mean, floor reveal. Okay, this is way too late that I should be filming this. I was up working on all these cards because I didn't want to miss out on the day that we reached 600 subs. I want to make sure I got the video out for then. So I did 90% of these cards tonight. And yeah. Besides that, this is what the game board would look like. So I just unfolded this, and you're going to be able to move your ships. I guess you can move diagonally. I don't think you'll be able to do like L's and stuff, because I don't know. We'll see when playtesting comes in. But as of now, you can move around and stuff for how fast your ship can move. And then over here on the side, we have the ships and their people inside of them. And if you had friends, there would be someone sitting over there playing, but, you know, I don't. So, yeah. Every time. Okay. Yeah, see you back on the table. That's what it's gonna look like. Okay, we're back, nerds, and now we're gonna talk about battling. So I guess this is basically turning into a rule video. I'll probably do an updated rules still, because I really don't know what's gonna be finalized or not. So this is rule version 1. Yes. So let's say, okay, we're battling. So you saw the board, and you saw that there's a grid on it. So if you have 2 ships that are somehow touching each other, some way or another, you can now do a broadside battle. What that means is that the crew members on each ship will engage in a battle. So each person on the ship will attack the other person, and you didn't see that. And then, so let's just let me stop trying to explain it and just have it happen. So your Pete the Parakeet is on your leaky bucket. Oh, what a mouthful. And my Totally Not a Pirate is on my leaky spoon, and we're fighting now because we're cool. And you're attacking me, and you're going to do, it's raining Pex, 10 damage to my Totally Not a Pirate, and so now he's at 60 health. And then I'm going to use Electric Shock, 20 damage. Now you're going to flip your coin to see if it actually hits, but we'll pretend that's not there. And now you're at 10 HP. And then that turn would be over. And that would be the end of that battle until the next turn. Until my turn. And then I would do another 20 damage. You would be dead. And now my Totally Not a Pirate would have 60 health left. So a big thing about this is that I don't think you should really be able to tell if you're going to win a battle before you actually start the battle. So it's kind of, well, I mean, obviously, if you have like 5 dudes and your opponent only has 1, you're probably going to win unless they pull something really cheeky. But for, like, if you have 3 and I have 3 and we're pretty equally matched, I think it'll be good to think, like, who would win. So you go and you battle, and then you're like, oh, wow, I ended up winning. So that's pretty cool. And then, because I beat your Pete the Parakeet, and there's no one else on that ship, your ship would be gone. It's sunk. It's gone. And the objective of the game is to destroy all your opponent's ships. So you say, "Soaps, oof. I don't want a broadside battle. I want to run around the map and not let anybody touch me. How am I going to win the game?" So don't you worry. I thought of just that, and I introduced battling between the ships. So each ship has a health and an attack. So, oh my god, and a range. So each ship has its range, and that's how many knots it can shoot its cannons. So Steel Dragon has 2, Leaky Spoon has 1, and Leaky Bucket has 2, and that's how far their cannons will shoot. So if you have a Steel Dragon and there's a Leaky Spoon 2 knots away, you can deal 80 damage, and that would be this ship's attack. So you can move and declare a broadside battle. You can move and shoot your cannon in the same turn, but you can only move once with the ship on that turn and attack and shoot your cannons once in one turn for that ship. So you can move all of your ships, attack with all of them, but you can't do the same one more than one time over. So yeah, so then you just keep shooting each other until they reach 0 health. 80 would be subtracted from 470 or 260 or 330. And once it reaches 0, kablam, they're dead. Ooh, you win. They be sunked. So can I get a "they be sunked" in the comments? Because that was pretty great quote. All right. Thank you guys for watching. It's time to go to bed. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys for 600 subscribers. I'll do a real video, like I said, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let's hit 3 million next. That'll be the next milestone. All right, yeah, gonna go sleep.